Hello and welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Aaron Porras, and before we begin, we want to again remind you that for more of the best content from Israel, sign up today for our streaming platform, ILTV+. Now, coming up in today's newscast, the government finally unveiling its plan to cut the crazy high cost of living. Meanwhile, an incendiary MK effectively excommunicated from the UK. And finally, Israel taking another step closer to cannabis legalization. To begin, the government finally unveiling its latest economic stimulus plan at a cost of some 4.4 billion shekels. This as Israelis are increasingly drowning under the exorbitant and still rising costs of living.
האינפלציה בישראל אומנם נמוכה ביחס למה שקורה בעולם בשבועות האחרונים, אבל בגלל שיקר פה מלכתחילה, יוקר המחיה פה גבוה, זה כבר הקש ששובר את גב המשפחה. הממשלה שלנו שמה את ההורים האלה במרכז, את המשפחות העובדות. גם בצד הנטו שצריך לעלות, וגם בצד ההוצאות שצריך לרדת.
Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, Finance Minister Avigdor Lieberman, and Economy Minister Orna Barbivai at last presenting their outline for addressing Israel's high cost of living. And the plan, estimated at a total cost of some 4.4 billion shekels, or roughly $1.4 billion US, largely meant to help working parents.
מה שמנחה אותי שהמדינה שלנו תהיה מדינה שבה מי שעובד לפרנסתו יוכל להתקיים פה בכבוד, ברווחה, וכן, להצליח. זה לא אמור להיות כל כך קשה בשביל משפחות עובדות.
Now, among the measures in the outline, more of which are set to be added later, are a monthly income tax cut of some 230 shekels per child and for all employees with kids aged 6 through 12. So a tax-paying two-parent family with 3 children in this age bracket will benefit from an additional 1,380 shekels per month in take-home pay. Additionally, excise and customs duties will be lowered for imported consumer goods, including flour, olive oil, eggs, meat, fish, furniture, and kitchen appliances. Then the government also pledging to, quote, share the burden of the increased price of electricity, so that it'll be supposedly felt less by the public. And afternoon school programs will be subsidized as well, but only for so-called low-income and tax-paying families. And finally, the government set to subsidize a 20% salary hike, but again, only for these same low-wage earners. All these caveats in mind, then, critics across the political spectrum already heavily panning the deal, describing it as being assembled last minute and under pressure, and of being far too little too late. So will the new economic stimulus plan in Israel actually stimulate the economy, or is it all a bunch of bluster? Joining me to discuss is former chair of the Israeli National Economic Council, former economic advisor to former Prime Minister Netanyahu, and an economics professor at the Hebrew University, Avi Simchon. Avi, it's great to have you with us. First off, why only, quote-unquote, working parents while excluding the elderly, single or still childless couples, persons with disabilities, and people making below that minimum wage?
First, I agree with you. And the problem is not just people who are making, even if you do have children at that age between 6 and 12, still, if you're making less than 8,000 shekels, you won't get anything because this is a reduction in the income tax, but those people who earn, most of the people who earn below 8,000 shekels do not pay tax in the first place. So one thing I would recommend immediately is to raise the minimum wage. We've raised the minimum wage a couple of times, but the last time was in 2018, just 4 years ago, January 2018. And since then, the value of salary was eroded substantially because inflation since 2018 and now was something like 7%. And so that's very easy to implement.
To watch full episodes of ILTV's Israel Daily and tons of other content from Israel, visit our website at iltv.tv or download the ILTV Plus app.